But Patrick, go to the link and restart the call. You don't have to talk.
Okay, we're live.
All right.
Who has the music?
Oh, I didn't know we had this many people on this call.
Oh, well.
I didn't know Ethan was in this call.
All right, so you want me to do the intro?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, I guess we're live. Oh, well, we're live now. Thank God. Well, welcome to PBN, ladies and gentlemen. It's Election Night in Mech, Season 22. And we got some results for you. Hey, that rhymes. Patrick, if you want to screen share, if you want, or you want me to.
Do we have any music? Wait 1 sec. Let me just send this out to the Mech chat real quick. The link.
Or you want me to?
Oh, you can do it too.
I got the music.
But we do have a lot of projections, and they're very important projections. This could determine who the presidency goes to.
I want to do the state calls.
Okay, you may. I have them in the thing for you.
Wait, can we wait like 1 minute? I'm sending the links to.
Yes, we can.
We'll just stall it for you. So, Ethan's here. Hello there, bud. Yes, he doesn't speak. Hello, he does speak.
This might as well be CNN, Conservative News Network.
Conservative News Network. Let's get Chase in here. Let's get him in here. He's funny.
He's okay. I don't dislike him as much as I used to. He's a great person, honestly.
Where's your brother, Harry? I meant just Harry. I meant. Guys, my brother's Harry Cosby.
Okay. Okay, so 0 viewers. Yeah.
0 viewers. I mean, that was kind of expected.
I'm back.
Riding on the horse. You can
And ladies and gentlemen, now joining us is the Attorney General of the United States, Chase Stevens. How you doing, Chase? Oh, I'm doing pretty fine. Thanks for asking.
Oh, God.
Now, Chase, despite your loss, how do you maintain such fantastic policies, such a bright outlook? Well, I have to say, John, that, my policies are part of who I am. And whether I'm in the Senate or as Attorney General or in the House, I will continue to fight for those policies. Thank you. So, I mean, we're live right now. What are we doing right now?
We're just talking until we get a projection.
Well, here, let's talk about what. So, Neck News just projected my loss.
Yeah, they're kind of late with it. So are we.
Well, no, we projected it a while ago.
Yeah, I just said
first chat. Yeah, but I expected it. I honestly expected it. It hurts to have it confirmed, but I expected it.
I mean, yeah, it was expected.
Honestly, my next moves in Mech, either pray that Nathan is the Attorney General if he wins, Hitchcock off of, I think it was Secretary of Health and Human Services, or it might run for D3 House or challenge John to Senate. One of those.
So, who do you guys think is gonna win the presidential election?
I think Nathan. I mean, I think that's been asked a lot. So, but I think for the most part, Nathan. What about you guys? Okay, bye, Ethan. But I think for the most part, Nathan.
Okay, so this I'm not.
What about you guys? Okay, bye, Ethan. But I think for the most part, Nathan.
Okay, so this I'm not.
What about you guys?
Okay.
Sorry, for some reason my voice is like coming in super late.
So for the Senate, it's actually a very interesting case because I really do believe that the Republicans have a chance at not maintaining, but getting control of the Senate. So this is actually obviously an important topic for me since I'm a senator, and I'm the GOP leader. Right now, we're gonna end the night with at least having 2 seats. Me and Ethan Davis, which were not up for election. We need 2 more with the vice president, which I'll explain that, or 3 seats and take back the Senate. So there are multiple ways for the GOP that MEC News is undermining the Republicans. There's one of the ways would be winning District 3 with Tim, District 4 with Irish, and a caucus with us. That gives us 4. Plus, if John decides to caucus GOP, which he almost did last time, that would give us 5 seats. Or if John does not caucus with us, we could get the vice president. There are many paths that I think that Democrats are undermining the Republicans right now, and I think that them thinking that Jackson is picking a Democrat, if Jackson wins, that he will pick a Democrat. I'm probably going to say some breaking news. It's not going to be a Joseph Kander like he originally said. It's not going to be Joseph Kander. So the Democrats really have a lot riding on this election. Their Senate majority and the presidency.
Yeah, well, weren't you supposed to be his vice president?
No, it was actually supposed to be Ethan, but...
Oh, sorry, I meant to say Ethan, yeah.
But, big hint, I'm staying silent for a reason because I think that's a big hint that I'm staying silent, and I just said that he was going to have a Republican as his vice president.
So is he going to choose Ethan as his vice president?
Oh, God.
Okay, so here's the thing. I did not ask for it, nor did I say I would support him because of it.
He's choosing you.
I was at Nathan's announcement, so clearly that shows who I likely supported. But I think Jackson played his cards right because it didn't affect my vote, but it did affect many other people's votes. And I would just say for the MEC News people to be very cautious about what's what could really be ahead of them. They could lose. They could only gain one. They could only get 2 seats, which really is not that bad. And the Republicans get 2 seats as well. And then losing the presidency to an independent and losing control of the Senate would be really unbelievable for them. I mean, I think Jackson played his cards right. It would be. That's all I have to say for now.
Yeah. Well, I think in a lot of ways, I think this is an establishment victory night. You have Tom Kirkman, who, and I'm not going to get into personal preference, but you have a lot of these people being reelected who are deeply part of the establishment. I think if Nathan wins, we're going to have an establishment president who's going to kind of reinforce that, whole democratic centrist circle jerk. And I think we need to stop that in Mech. If we're going to step out of the whole role-playing aspect of this and kind of take a look at Mech itself, we're going to drive people away just by approving of everyone and singing Kumbaya and holding hands. No, we need some diversity of opinion. We need people to engage in real debates. See, and every single night, I'm like the only one who's debating with people on calls. I'm one of the few people who's actually going out and trying to try and get some difference of opinion. And also several other Republicans and a few Democrats. However, you're finding a lot of these people who just agree on basically everything. If you watched the Senate forum, which I wasn't a part of because I was very busy, but I did go back and I watched it, everyone just agreed on everything. And that's not what we need. We need people to represent them. And stepping out of the role playing, I'm stepping back into the role playing aspect of this. We need people who are really going to stir up and represent the best policies for the district, not just agree with more taxes, not agree with more regulations, not agree with insert law or insert regulation or insert resolution. We need new people in charge of MEC. And I don't think that tonight is going to help out the coalition against the establishment.
Okay, so there are all Republicans here. We actually have a Democrat coming on right now.
Nathan?
Cameron Andrews. Let me just I'm adding him right now.
He didn't vote for me.
Okay.
All right. So, do you want me to present them or?
Well, I'm gonna present them real quick, but just to give you an idea, I don't think that this was as bad as what we're thinking. I think that this night could end earlier than expected because I have certified results, and it is. Well, we'll go to that right now. So.
Why can't I screen share? Oh, there we go.
Okay, I have it.
That's a pretty good song, Connor.
Okay, so is
Wait,
it...
don't go yet. Wait a minute. How many viewers at the moment?
For the district, earlier than expected, Connor.
Is Cameron on?
Cameron's here.
Okay. This is our first projection. America Decides on PBN. Connecticut will go to Nathan Brown. New Hampshire will also go to the Brown campaign. So will Maine all 4 of its electoral votes. I believe that's the first flip that Nathan got that Easton won. Rhode Island, District of Columbia.
Can someone play some background music?
Oh, I totally forgot. Sorry.
Here. I'll do vocals.
No, I got it.
Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum.
Okay. So we're also projecting Northtown, Nathan Brown, New Jersey as well, South Carolina, Delaware, Virginia, Georgia. That's all that we have for the presidential race. District 1 Senate, Igor is the projected winner, no surprise here. District 2, Kirkman is the certified winner. And District 4, supposed to be Senate, is now the certified winner as breaking news comes in. He is the certified winner. So this is the coalition that he needs in order to successful. Well, Nate, as of now, I just want to give everyone an idea. I'm gonna bring there again of how close he really is to winning the presidency. Now, the ones that are solid blue, what's that?
I mean, let me just like jump in. Numbers in Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania just show that Jackson has the Rust Belt / Midwest appeal there that's needed for him to win. But it seems like at the end of the day, he's lacking more of other appeals that could help him win those states. But we'll have to wait and see. We only have 48 votes in the Senate, in the presidential election. So usually there are 60 to 65 votes, which means that 12 to like 17 votes are left. So there's things can still change, and if you ask me, there are simply too many too close and too early to call states to make any sort of for sure prediction. And there are a lot of votes to be counted in all of those states that haven't been projected, even in the state of Indiana that is so close. The state of Indiana is Nathan Brown is leading there by 0.01%.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Last time
yeah.
during that stage, it was super close.
Can I just jump in here real quick? If
No.
you look at my if you look at my screen here, this is how I think the map will stand at the moment right now. Jackson, of course, in the red, with picking up the traditional Republican states. That's an advantage for him. So there is no GOP
I'm gonna
candidate.
stop you real quick because we already have certified results that Nathan won South Carolina. So
Well, let me call that one.
wait, I'm just gonna go real quick to the screen that that shows where we're at right now.
Can I do the next set of columns?
No, I am.
Okay,
That's kind of racist.
these are the projected winners. Nathan is already at 145 electoral votes, and Hitchcock is only at 16 now. Nate is still really early, but Nate has done what he needs to do. He needs to win big in the Northeast, strong Democratic stronghold. He needs to win in the South, and many of the states he represented in the Senate. I'm sure we can expect a lot of southern states to flip. But what Jackson needs to do, Brown is likely to win a lot of these southern states that traditionally vote Republican. Let's see.
Well, we also have to be reminded that there's no Republican running in this race.
Mm-hmm. But if you look, he's leading in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, and Missouri. That's the same.
Well, another thing, Brett,
Missouri can be projected.
We also got to
Missouri
consider
can be
that it is still pretty early. So, and I really don't think the Brown base won't really be able to pick up those really southern, traditional, Republican states. And I think that's an advantage for Hitchcock to pick up those, GOP blood states, like Texas.
We just got news that he won Missouri. That puts Brown at 155 right off the bat. So, and Hitchcock is only at 16. And the states that Brown is leading in, like Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, that puts him at 204. Now he's at 204, and now people can say, well, if he holds the lead, where else is he going to win? I have an easy path right in the South. Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, Arkansas, and Louisiana. That puts him right there he needs to win. If he maintains his leads in those states, he wins the presidency. If he maintains his lead in these key Rust Belt states and in the South, where he's obviously expected to do really well, represented them in the Senate for a while. But now let's look at Hitchcock. Hitchcock could very well. Let's give him the Rust Belt. And he's most likely going to do well out west. He is put in a very wrong place. Let's just put that there for now. And then Brown wins in the strongly Democratic states out here. Out of the ones that were called and the ones that are likely, the western states, he's at 233. So now Hitchcock is going to have to do very well out here, which he can do very well. Now this map just is looking really strange because obviously this is likely not going to happen in this way, but he has many states and opportunities to win.
Uh-huh. So, you know what I want to talk about? Season 23, what we are going to do as Republicans to have an actual candidate for once.
Also, we have breaking news right now. We can now project a few more states.
Can I say them?
Yep.
Out of the state of New York, we can now project Nathan Brown will pick up New York's 29 electoral votes. Out of the state of Missouri, if it's 10 electoral votes, Nathan Brown will pick it up. Out of the state of Michigan, this is a big one here.
Why is that the
Jackson
picture you
Hitchcock
one?
will pick up Michigan's 16 electoral votes.
It's such a weird picture for him.
So, as the map stands right now, that was... let me update my map. So he wins Missouri. Jackson wins. Alright, there's no apparent winner in either of these states. Brett, can I see the map as it stands?
The what?
The map.
Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh.
You're going to pick up your sister.
Yeah.
Is this accurate? I think so. Brett, I think that's the map, right?
Remove Florida.
Oh, Florida. Well, yep.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's how it works. Yeah, that's
well, folks, at the moment, Nathan Brown, 155. Jackson Hitchcock, 16. I did expect Michigan for Jackson, no doubt in that. To be honest, I did not expect this huge East Coast blue wall right there. I did not expect that.
Does anyone have a map of season 21? Because I really would like to look at that, because obviously we don't have the Google Plus community. So it's, if anyone has that map, that would greatly be the show.
Hello, I'm
21.
here. I've had computer problems, so I'm just here now.
You said.
What's happening? Do you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello?
Hola, Senor.
So I've had computer problems.
I just wanted
What
you
have I
guys
done
to.
before?
I
Guys,
just want.
bold
I just want
prediction,
you to-
but I think Joe 13's winning.
Who?
Joe 13's winning.
No, there's no way.
Okay, real quick. We were asked about the Senate because
Joe 13's.
does anyone have to say anything about that? I mean, the Democrats look like they're going.
What? Yeah, it's usually Democrats who hold it. It's not really partisan, I think, anymore. It's policy. I just see all politicians nowadays just like and it's almost because parties for whoever really, and people, the conservatives and Democrats, and not as much progressives join the Republicans, but it still does happen. So it's not as much a thing about ideology and stuff with party wise. So,
Well, if I may just say something,
yeah,
as a Republican,
I think
the
it's
way
not that
and-
big of a shock. A lot of people
as a Republican and senator, I can't be more proud than the way tonight's going for the Republicans. Even though we could probably lose this, we might take back the Senate. That's going to be a big one. Even though we
it is a
trying to take
possibility,
back
but
the House.
the one thing is
times.
Jackson hasn't.
Okay.
Yeah, but the one thing is Jackson hasn't named who his person is. So. Present yourself.
Okay,
bro.
wait.
Do you know how to do
we
that?
have breaking major news about the Senate.
Ooh.
District 1 obviously is gonna go to Ivor. He almost got 90% of the votes so far. District 2, Kirkman, but Chase still got 30% of the vote. I'm gonna skip District 3, which is the really crazy one. District 4, we already presented Irish to win. Look at this.
Yeah, that one thought as well. Irish is. It's the first term Irish will be in the Senate, right?
That's
It'll
going
be
to
the first time
that's
Irish
gonna
will be
be
in the Senate.
This is the first time we were
Double.
going to Khalid.
that's going to be a nail biter.
So right now there's 24 votes for John, 23 votes for Tim, 2 write-in votes. If the GOP
Irish
was
being
not
in the Senate.
seat, they're
That's like to congratulate.
hard to win the Senate. But this is a must have.
I also like to congratulate Ivor, by the way. You won
fantastic job.
in the Senate, and I think you're a great senator.
Well, even though you ran unopposed, I mean, obviously.
That's the best when you ran unopposed. When I ran unopposed, that was the best thing ever.
Well, I can figure no one would run against him because, there's no chance of you winning.
That's how I got in the House in my first term, was unopposed. That was great. But also I think the new added bonus difficulty is for now Congress, and I think the next president why the volumes go up, but the new added bonus for the president, especially now, I think will be that the MEC UN has also expanded to now have the UK in it. as was reported earlier. So I think that'll also be big for whoever the new president, and I think Congress now as well, trying to deal with this new government having to do relations with, and a lot of crossover with that. So I think there's some new added new difficulties that'll have to be made through that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I guess I should. Let me.
Why is there a parliament thing in this one?
Oh, what?
By the way, on Tuesday I'll be the Daily News starts in coverage like real life. So make sure you tune into that. That should be interesting. It hasn't really said what time. I'm trying to check the time we'll close at, but I think it said 8 p.m. Mountain, which is 2 Eastern. Yeah, by the way.
Cool.
Why is the music still on, Brett?
That's mine. It's just for background.
But yeah, Ivor, is there any other projections we can make now or no?
No.
Wait, Pete, Button, you missed it. Pete was on Outland. Guys, I have to show this fact. Look at my screen. How many people are watching this, by the way? Guys, Pete Budig was on. That's sick. Okay, how many people are watching this? One person watching. Oh.
So, who do you think going to win the presidency? People's thoughts on anything that's been going on in this election? So we already projected Nathan Brown will win? Because I see the slide. I think we're going to need to start getting rid of people who aren't active in this call right now. So if you would please unmute yourselves and talk.
Hola, senora.
Okay.
So, based on what's been happening already, who do you think is going to win?
And what? The presidency?
The presidency, and I want to see your thoughts on the Senate.
Well, the Senate, I'm too close to say, but the presidency, we all know. I mean,
Yes.
if you could just look at my screen.
I think something that ultimately won was centrism or center right. centrism. I really think that's what will be the ultimate victor at the end of this night.
I would agree with you.
Like, for example, obviously Nate considers himself center right. So I don't know. I don't really know about Ivor that much. I'm not gonna speak for Ivor. He's actually in this call. But Tom.
Wait, but you won't speak in this call exactly about me, but you would speak about me in the other call. How does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Like I would consider Tom center right. But with Irish,
Don't make me calls without me.
I think that this was a center right win overall. That's my view.
So has Nathan came onto the call, or hello? So have we had any of the candidates in a call at all?
Yes.
Who have we had?
Wait, who removed my other thing?
Should we end this? Or like we obviously gonna have to do more tomorrow, but I think that there's pretty much not really that much else to do.
Well, if people would talk, I think we'd be okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's bring up another topic. How about, I know that this is it's actually 2 weeks away, but the primary is next week. Who do you think will ultimately take back the House or win the House?
Democrat
Oh, the
control.
Republicans.
No, we tried that before. Well, we tried it several times and failed.
I think I may run for leadership this time.
Wait, who's speaking? Because I can't really understand. Who was that? Okay. So, let's go by district. I actually want to go the other way. District 9. Right now it's Ben McKay. I think Logan Rabe or Ray is going to run. Who do you think would win a race like that?
They ran against each
Ben
other
McKay.
before, so I think Ben's gonna pull off a re-election victory.
And he's a Democrat.
District 8 is actually going to be, I think it's going to be one of the closest races.
I just want to jump in there and say, yes, I'm running for District 8 House.
Or Peter Whiteman.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
gonna be sure.
I think Peter Whiteman and Evan Hunt's alt.
It's actually Michael Walker's, but yeah.
You know what I meant. Never mind. I meant Michael Walker's.
Anyways, yeah, I'll
Sorry.
destroy Peter, whatever his last name, in the
Okay.
primary.
So that's going to be District 8 is definitely going to be a target for Republicans again. They lost by 1 vote last time. This is definitely a pickup opportunity that the Republicans could use. So now District 7 is going to have an open seat if Tim wins. Now, if Tim loses, I assume he's going to run for re-election. What are your guys' opinion on District 7 potentially?
I am open to new candidates always, but I do think Tim Taft will seek re-election.
If he does not win Senate. The Senate race is... Wait, I think that another vote was casted. Let me look. For the Senate... Oh, no, there's still only 49. A slide said 50, but it's okay.
Maybe I believe that someone else would beat Tim Taft. Like someone from the Democrat moderate.
District 6 is already interesting. David is considering...
Soriano
Garcia is... I don't know if he's going to run, but I know Dom Cons is. Dom Cons is definitely going to have... is definitely likely going to be challenged. I don't know by who. The only Republican...
Not to mention there's John Lampros, the incumbent.
Wait, John Lampros is in D5 though.
D2. Oh, we're talking about House. David Soriano Garcia also expressed interest in the in a potential Senate run. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, so that one, there could be an open seat there. District 5 is actually looking quite interesting. Not because of the general election, because of the primary that's coming up. Stephen Bryan may actually end up running for re-election,
Oh, Steve.
and Ricky may be primarying him, which will be very interesting.
Let's just hope Ricky wins, in my opinion.
And
Because
also, yeah, he's obviously considering a run for the House. He was actually, if you recall, just 2 weeks ago, he was the front runner for president, and he ended up not running. So that put him in a very interesting place. Next, we have District 4. Honestly, I don't even really want to talk about that race because no one lives there, honestly. And the only people that live there are people that traditionally are people that either carpetbag there or are appointed. Which appointing I can get because no one lives there. So that one's gonna be boring. I wouldn't be surprised if it was unopposed once again. Now we go down to District 3. So my ex-house district, which has actually been swung Republican, Democrat, it's swung back and forth. I believe it's in Democrat hands right now with Jacob. He's probably gonna run. I believe he said he's running for re-election. I think he has it in the bag. Also, RK moved to District 8. I know we already went past it, but Jacob does not look like he will be unseated. Does anyone have anything to say about that?
No,
before we
but
move off the
District 1
topic,
and District 2 will be very interesting. There are Democrats in both of those districts. There are Republican incumbents. So that's going to be interesting.
okay, hold up. Before we go off of RFK's subject, he is the worst carpetbagger.
Guys, it's confirmed. The Generous 2020. Ellen's running for president.
Ellen DeGeneres is running for president.
Oh,
No, she's
degenerate.
She actually is. I have the sign for you. Check the what's it? Not chat.
not. Send it to me in PM.
Ivor. I have a
What?
question. Like who is running in D2? Because I haven't seen any
I
Democrats.
haven't said anyone is running. I said there are Democrats there.
That's what I meant. Like, is there any Democrats who have been noted?
Well, there are, but if it's in private, I'll keep it private.
Oh, so like Pickles, whatever his name is, Pickles, or whatever.
What?
Okay, so District 2. Now these next two are Republican-held districts. So District 2, I don't really know anyone that's really going to want to challenge Harry except Raging Potato, which we all know how his house term went. I believe he was unseated by Harry. Besides that, they're really.
He was unseated by someone else.
What?
Mitch Fox.
Oh, yeah, that actually may be interesting. Mitch Fox was a Libertarian caucus Republican, but I also think that'd be a very interesting primary or general election. So that seat definitely is likely for the Republicans. Mitch Fox would make it.
Yeah. If I were to lose in that, I'd run for, or just take a break, or run for Senate whenever it became the time.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna go back to Senate about me after, because that's another important thing that's coming up. That's a long way away, but
yeah,
for that. Also, District 1, I like Epideli, but I think that's going to be a huge target for Democrats. Not because Epideli is a bad candidate, not a bad representative, because he's really good. I've worked with him in the Senate, but because they have so many potential recruitments, like Raymondo, like Sam, like some other people that may be energizing for Democrats. I think that one's going to be a target for Democrats, and arguably, I can't get that word out. Many people believe that Sam would be the representative if Albert didn't run, because obviously Sam got like 23 votes, Epideli got 25, and Albert got 10. So Sam, if it wasn't for the Democratic vote splitting, the results could have been much different.
That's the point. The Epideli, Albert Faz is a liberal Democrat, and just assuming that San Martinez won a simple majority of his votes, which is probably far more than true, is basically saying, okay, Epideli lost, so he will have a very hard election. He's more of he's like Heidi Heidkamp now.
I'm not, because it's not like you're very close to him. I think that's going to be targeted either way, just because of the candidates that are available to be recruited. I would not be surprised if the Democratic primary had a whole bunch of candidates with a whole different variety of views. I would not be surprised if Albert Faz ran. I would not be surprised if Cameron did.
The Democrats will solve an employment problem if they do that.
No, I think that could really hurt them because of the fear of so many people running. And when Raymondo may run, Raymondo is going to get challenged. Anyone that's running for the District 1 primary is likely to be challenged. Now, obviously, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not speaking for their behalf, because obviously I don't see out of the lenses of what the Democrats think.
Evil.
But I think that there could really be a large variety of candidates for District 1.
Yeah, I was right. You're literally the Fox News of Mac. Anyways,
I honestly
no offense, but you are the Fox News of Mac. That's like a fact.
I mean, I don't think we should be the Fox News of Mac, because, to be honest,
you not thinking something should happen or not happen is something completely a completely other thing. Anyways, what I wanted to say is, guys, we had so many folks. Actually, better say, we had so many close primaries, and yet the Democrats United went on to win. Epideli may have the Republican support, but he clearly lacks the Democratic support. If Raimundo runs, he again has overwhelming majority of Democratic support. And if Sam runs again, overwhelming majority of Democratic support. If Ethan Fitzgerald runs, overwhelming majority of Democratic support. If Albert Faz runs and somehow wins, that will be interesting. If Cameron runs again, he will have quite a big majority of Democratic votes.
Speaking of parties, I believe that the Republican Party at the moment is the weakest it has ever been. And I honestly think that we should actually kind of reboot the party and reset it, because we're not getting anywhere with our candidates.
I agree.
Let's look at it on someone that was chair under a horrible time for the GOP. I'll be honest, it was horrible.
I remember
lost
that.
all House seats. Yes, we went down one House seat, but it could have gone a lot worse. And we almost had 4 if it wasn't for one vote in District 8, which we would have won ultimately if it wasn't for the alt accusations, which were obviously taken seriously. We likely would have won that if it wasn't for,
to be honest,
for the GOP.
Stephen Bryant.
Now, let's also explain we have an opportunity of picking up the Senate. I know a lot of people, if the Republicans win District 3, they could and Iowa caucus with us, that's 4. And if Don Lamppost decides to switch, which he is considering, that would be 5 Republicans. Also take into account that the vice president could be a Republican, ultimately break the tie. Now, the reason why I say Republican is
Lampers would end his political career if he flip flopped on that.
But he should. I mean, won't see
Yeah,
why.
but
He
what's
was
the
a
point of having
Republican
a
in the
4-week
House.
Republican Senate if you're going to have someone who's literally a lame duck? Well, not literally, but figuratively a lame duck. No, he'd basically be like Heidi Heidkamp in a sense because he'd flip flop. He considers himself to be now more center left, more left. He was saying that when he was running. Then when he got in Senate, he got as independent caucus with the Democrats, and then once again, and then flipping to the Republican side would basically mean, like it wouldn't help him in any sense. It would do is basically show him as a flip flopper and characterize his career as a flip flopping one. And I honestly don't think that would help him in any sense if he wants to run for re-election. Again, if he doesn't, then he basically doesn't have to care about that. But again, if he wants to run in any future election, then it's a serious matter to consider.
I have a genuine question. This is about my Senate race, which is pretty a long way. I don't think I will run for re-election. I kind of want to talk about that race because that race is going to be interesting. Look, I liked everything I've done so far. I've liked that I've attended the confirmation hearings. I've liked that I've actually and have been complimented on some of my questions during the confirmation hearings. I liked working with both the House and the Senate. I like the joint deliberations. I like writing bills. Now, I don't really want. I know, like I like it, and I'm gonna continue working with so much effort that I possibly can. But I kind of want to see someone else in that seat.
Yeah, I'm planning on running later in the
You?
Senate.
You?
Yeah, I was planning on it too, but
So obviously that would leave an open seat. Also, Ethan Davis is likely not gonna run, so there's gonna be another open GOP seat.
So that basically means GOP is very vulnerable next Senate election. This is like the best Senate election the GOP can get. If I got your point, because if Brett Patrick, District 1 incumbent, won't run, open Republican seat. Ethan Davis, if he won't run, open Republican seat, you're left with Irish Pennsylvanian, who's really not the Republican, just who will probably caucus Republican, and you have District 3, whoever gets elected. That's a lot of.
Well, the reason. Okay, so if I don't run, I will go into either media, or I think I could. I. It's been my dream to serve in the cabinet. I've not been able to get. I think this is my time. I really believe that if I get nominated for cabinet, that would be truly amazing. If I get nominated under whoever the winner is, that would be truly amazing. I think that's where I'm gonna go next. The Senate has been great. Obviously, I'm not saying I'm gonna be appointed because I don't know. No one's offered yet.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be interesting on the state of the GOP if we if we do lose District 1 if the incumbent isn't running, and District 3 if the incumbent isn't running as well.
Ivor, I have a question.
Yes.
What do you think about the bill that said that every 100 members of MEC there would be a new district?
That's wait. I think someone from the Republican side wrote that. Look,
No, it was
that's or
Kenneth.
Kenneth. It was either Kenneth or someone from the
It was
Republican side.
Kenneth.
Um. Uh. Look, that's a sketchy thing, and it says it requires mod approval. Therefore, mods again at
Yes,
the end of the day decide. So
that is
meaning
why I
if you
asked.
pass it and mods don't agree, overruled. Bye bye, birdie. So we'll see.
Yeah. Um, so do we have any new projections, or is that all for now?
Wait, I need to consult with David.
Okay, so pretty much the GOP is destined to go down. I will say that which supports Harry, that the GOP is somewhat bad. I have faith that the GOP could rebound in the House election, but the Senate is very worrisome. But I actually don't worry that much for future elections. I don't want to think about the next Senate elections because that is far away. But District 1, we have either Abadelli or Harry. District 3, we have Tim if he loses. District 2, I honestly don't even know anyone from District 2 that could really win for the GOP. But
Stephen
in
Bryant could run for
we
Senate.
definitely have GOP on the rise again. I think it would be interesting to see how well the GOP does too. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, we have another projection, but we need Epideli. So check your PMs, Epideli.
I'll be right back. Let me check something.
I don't want to spoil anything, but
So we have more to come for.
I want to do it. I want to do it.
Yeah, we're making the sides right now.
Repeat.
But so far
Yes,
for
now.
Nathan, all of the Northeast is blue.
Yeah.
What does PBN
I'm
stand
not.
for?
What does PBN? I'm not gonna lie. I did not expect the entire, well, almost the entire Northeast. Well, the whole East
Well,
Coast.
that was the polling
basically,
update. I mean,
to-
expectations, polling updates, prediction slash predictions, polls, and at the end of the day, election results are different things, and it's going to be very interesting.
what I this could probably be, well, no doubt, in my opinion, it's going to be a landslide for the Brown campaign. But Brown is doing really good with those purple voters in the Republican states, and with the GOP voters as well. He took those away from Jackson, I believe. So that's what's delivering states like Georgia, South Carolina.
Well, I see Nathan winning Georgia.
North Carolina. Well, yeah, it's also a Republican state, so
I see Nathan winning Georgia, but simply because it's his home state.
Well, we don't have the home state rule anymore, so that doesn't apply.
Yeah,
anymore.
I know, but like that is his home state in NEC.
Yeah. Anyways, but it is traditionally a Republican state.
And Jackson Hitchcock is more conservative than Nathan, you say?
No, I'm not saying that. I would just figure that since there's no GOP candidate, Jackson would have an advantage of picking up those GOP states. But he failed. Well, I don't think he would fail, but at the moment,
Hey,
he's not looking
David wants
with
to join.
those.
You know, Soriana Garcia.
Yeah.
Would you like him to
Yeah.
join?
Yeah.
Someone sent him the link in the Brown/Candor chat.
Oh God.
Wait.
Well, actually,
No.
send him a private link.
Also, Epideli, just check your thing.
I don't think Tani will be running for re-election.
From the results that we're getting right now, we're getting more results, and we expect to make some more projections soon. But without giving the exact states, Nate looks like he's having a pretty good night. And I think that it could be difficult for the the Hitchcock campaign to be bound if results continue pouring in at this rate for Nathan.
What are the relatively close margins? Like, just give us something that would make us visualize what the election is at the moment.
Right. I'm probably going to give a few more objections and then be done for the night. We've been on here for roughly an hour. But, it's not really.
So who's going to attend? Are any of you going to attend the roast Sunday?
No.
No. What about you, Brad?
For what was the question?
Oh, the roast, Sunday's roast. It's going to be on the loser of the election.
Well, it's going to be a show. I will say that.
Yes, it is going to be a show, but it's good. The first episode is going to be from what it looks like, Jackson Hitchcock / Joe 13
Brett
/ Infinite Kid.
Brett, I have some bad news.
We also are also getting more slides pretty soon. More of
So what's going on at Tom Kirkman's live stream? I thought he quit doing the news. So we have some projections.
Yeah, we're
coming along.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
You want to make one more projection and end?
Okay. I have a question. Wait, what does PBN stand for?
Well, it was supposed to originally be for Patrick and Bryant Network, but then we changed it to Public Broadcasting Network.
What is Stephen Bryant? What has he done though? Like, why is he?
Well, he was originally supposed to be president. Me and him co-founded it, but obviously he's not as well. Like, he gets involved, but like behind the scenes, like where many people don't see where all the credit is going, but for him, he's more of the behind the scenes type of person. Okay, also,
So this is going to be on the YouTube channel, correct?
Yeah, this is on the YouTube channel.
Alright,
Okay,
that's
David's on
dandy.
call. Hey, David.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Soriana Garcia.
We're just waiting for slides right now.
David. David, I have a question. What do you think this election will be, the presidential election?
I will respond in a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay, should we end?
Who do you think could run next season? Anyone? Like season 23.
So I don't think I feel like Nathan Brown has like a clear win, but like I'm not gonna promise anything. I'm not gonna make like a clear prediction, but like I feel like he has like a better chance at winning than Jackson.
For right now, he does have that chance.
Who do you think as possible contenders for season 23?
Ricky Adams.
Well, I know a few who have already. I know specific people, but I'm not going to reveal the names. I'm just going to see what you guys think.
What about
Connor?
Maybe Connor Grant.
Ricky, season 23.
I'm gonna run.
Whoa! I heard my name.
I think
Yeah,
Connor.
Yeah, maybe I might be looking into one. You never know.
No, I want it to be Adams. Patrick. But
Yeah. Speaking of that,
Patrick, you know there was a ticket like that before and it failed.
No, I'm down with you. Are you down?
You know, I'd rather be on a ticket as vice president than being the president.
Yeah.
No, if anything, me and Ricky already talked, and it's going to be at Adams Grant.
If Ricky runs, it's going to be a landslide, and we all know this.
Yeah, Ricky.
It's going to be Ricky's Grant.
No, isn't it unbelievable how just a week ago, like, Ricky was like the front runner?
Yeah, I mean, Ricky, he's been changing his mind on a lot of things.
So.
And I mean, it's really unfortunate. Yeah. He should be right now. He would be president if he stayed in the election 1 week.
I don't know. I would have supported Ricky. Nathan probably wouldn't have ran. If Ricky
I always support Ricky. I've never not supported him.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever voted against him. Okay.
So, Ricky, you planning to run next season?
I might if people want me to.
All in favor of him running next season?
You know, Ricky, you know.
Also, Epideli, can you just make the that state slide, or just we want to present that?
I'll make the state slide for you.
Okay, thanks. But
I would like to ask
the next season.
But what about like an Ethan Davis Patrick or Ethan Davis Grant ticket for the Republicans?
I would not vote for Ethan Davis. I wouldn't either.
Who said that? Who said they would not vote for Ethan? And that was very interesting.
Me. I wouldn't. I mean, there was probably a better candidate.
What about a Patrick Davis or Patrick Grant?
Nothing with like I remember when it was Hitchcock Davis. I still wouldn't vote for them.
All right. What about a Patrick Grant?
No.
Wow. All right, you just lost my vote for anything.
What about Patrick Adams?
Patrick Adams would be
Patrick's
great,
Adams,
or
yes.
Adams Patrick. That'd be fantastic.
Ricky, are you down? I would do that. I would do that. That would be.
Yeah, cough, cough, Ricky.
I'm not gonna lie, I hate both of
Ricky,
you.
Ricky, are you there?
Make absurd predictions like Joe 13 makes.
Are the projections done yet?
Ricky?
Yes. I'm tired.
Yeah, honestly, we should just do either Patrick Adams or Adams Patrick ticket.
Yes, I would love to be campaign manager.
I'm sorry, but I would not.
Who?
All right, we need to discuss this in a different place instead of on live stream. Would everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Because we need to project the news. We
I'm
need to be as unbiased as possible on here. So
No.
No, honestly, we are not.
This is
We are not that biased. I know before they were saying that we were the Fox News. That is not what we are going to be. We have two
we are
Democrats
Fox
on. I would say two conservative leaning people and moderate.
I wouldn't necessarily call myself like a far right Republican. I don't think anyone considers me that.
Who?
I am.
Yeah. Who do you think's the most conservative person in MEC?
And who?
Probably me.
The most conservative. I think it's either Chase Stevens or Irish Pennsylvanian.
No, it's Chase. Irish is not that
Or
conservative.
In Mac.
We have some
Probably
bad
Chase.
hombres in
I would say
here.
Chase.
Okay, most liberal. Who do you think's the most liberal person?
Robert.
Marty Davis. No, Marty.
Marty Davis is just an Australian who is very inactive in MEC.
All right, yeah. Okay, Robert is. He's a socialist hack, a liberal.
I would like to
Sad
ask
liberal Robert. What do you want, hombre?
Does this call have the presidential results, the Senate results, or both?
We do both, but we just made some earlier.
What are
before
those
you called.
projections?
What?
What are those projections?
Brett, do your magic.
Wait one second. Let me see if we updated it.
Yeah, I've just got told of some results that are quite surprising and that I'm in favor of.
Yeah, I'm waiting to call them. I'm waiting.
Andy Kaufman.
Well, I'll say it, but we don't have like the official.
He's afraid.
One second, let me say it.
Trump 2020.
I'm screen recorded, right?
Finally.
Yeah.
All right.
Here's the official map. All we added was Illinois is going for Brown. Brown is less than 100 votes away.
He's 95 votes away.
That's our next projection.
That was no surprise there. This is actually a pretty good night for Brown.
Hitchcock could still win, obviously, but
yeah, but it'll be hard because, in my opinion, I do think it would be hard because if you haven't seen that like humongous blue, like East Coast wall, but yeah, there's still some votes in states out there, so yeah.
Do you think? I mean, from now I see a Nathan Brown win for sure.
Also, I'm just gonna update on the Senate.
Yeah.
There's only been one more vote, but I did not look on the District 3, which Hooverfeld is leading by 1. Let's see who's leading. Now. Ivor obviously is gonna win.
Hey, don't look at the results on the live stream, please.
I just want to say this. John and Tim are tied. This is a true nail biter. All the other races we've called. District 3 is could very well determine control of the Senate. And I think that, in all honesty, Tim I think, underestimated the power of John. I really do.
John is noted as possibly the best president in mock election history.
Yeah, and that's number one, a very powerful title. That was known when I joined MEC. That's how. Now he left office like 4 months prior to when I joined. That's how much of an impact he had on MEC. I think Tim. I think Tim played his cards right in the sense
No,
that he's gonna need some Democrats to vote. He's gonna need some Democratic support in order to win. But
I had him.
Uberfeld was very strong, and he almost beat Ethan Davis when Ethan Davis was expected to win by like 10 votes, and he only won by like 3. Like he
I
was
had
best to win by like 20 votes, and he only won by 3.
and I had a front row seat in the Uberfeld administration because I was in MEC when Uberfeld was president. He really had an impact on all of anything he did. It had an impact on the community. Like literally everyone wanted him to have a third term, from what I have noted.
Okay, so pretty much, is there anything else to say? Is that it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so
I'm leaving.
Connor.
So I think what we should do is start wrapping this up, and we can get back on it tomorrow. Would you agree?
So I'll just end it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, go ahead.
Everyone that joined this call, that spoke their opinions, everyone watching.
I'd like to say special thanks to Ricky Adams, Connor Grant, Harry Crosby, David Garcia, Ivor M., and Jackson Hitchcock for a little while earlier.
Mm-hmm. Also, thank you to Epidelli for his poster, for his projections. He's the one that makes those slides. Also, tune in tomorrow for continuing coverage. Besides that, does anyone have any other?
Yes. Ricky, would you? I'm sorry. Tune in for the roast around. Let's see. I think it's 5:00 Eastern time, and we'll be roasting whoever loses this election.
Okay, is that all?
Yep.
No,
Ricky,
can I
do you have anything?
Close it.
I think it's Connor. Connor, go.
Okay.
No, I want to close it. Whoever wants to go.
I don't think anyone else.
Are we done? Are we done now?
All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh, all right,
we'll see you tomorrow.
Wait, no, I'm closing it.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Oh my God. Around the world.